Hey folks, Zoe Maya here. Welcome back to Haven's Kitchen. Today we're making arepas with jammy eggs and romesco sauce. So arepas are sort of like a cross between a corn tortilla and a pancake. The main difference being that we're using cornmeal instead of a masa harina, which is what you would use to make tortillas. We love these because they come together in just a few minutes and are super customizable. We love them with these jammy eggs and romesco, but you can serve them on the side of pretty much anything. We're gonna start by boiling some water. We're gonna add salt and butter to that for our dough, and you'll also need a heavy bottom skillet for frying up the arepas once the dough is made. To make our dough, we'll need fine yellow cornmeal. We're also going to add a stick of butter to our boiling water, get that nice and rich for our dough. Once we've got our water boiling and the butter's added to it and it's all melted and delicious, we're gonna pour that hot water over our cornmeal and mix our dough together. All right, now that our water is boiled and our butter is added and our water is very well seasoned with salt, I'm gonna pour it over our cornmeal gradually and stir at the same time. You'll notice that I'm not adding all of my water at once because we're really looking for texture here. So a lot of times, depending on how humid the day is or the texture of your cornmeal, you might need to add more or less water. So I'll stop there and I'll go ahead and get to mixing. And I still have a few dry spots here, so I'm gonna add another splash. We have a small pot of boiling water. It's the same pot that we used to boil our water earlier. We're just gonna bring that to a boil to make our jammy eggs. And at the same time, I'm heating up this cast iron skillet to fry our arepas. I'm gonna add some neutral oil to this just to coat the bottom of the pan and get those edges nice and crispy. Once your oil's hot, you can start forming your arepas. A 1/4 cup measuring cup will give you the same amount of dough for each arepa. And remember, these don't have to be perfectly round or perfectly shaped. You made them with your hands, and handmade food is always the most beautiful kind. What you're looking for is for the arepas to become opaque and cooked around the edges. Once all of those edges start to look cooked, it's time to flip. This is what you want, nice golden brown crust. Once the arepas are nice and golden brown on each side, we're just gonna transfer them to a paper towel lined plate to drain any excess oil. Once our water is boiling, we're gonna use a slotted spoon to just gently ease our eggs into the water. This will prevent any cracking, so your eggs stay nice and whole while they boil. For a jammy egg, we're gonna give these a bath for 6 minutes. Once our 6 minutes is up, we're gonna transfer our eggs from the pot to an ice water bath. And dunking our eggs in ice water is just gonna ensure not only that they cool quickly so that we can peel them, it's also going to stop the cooking process so that we stay at jammy and we don't move to hard boiled. The other reason I love to shock my eggs in ice water is because that temperature change makes, that's my squeezing motion, makes the egg whites actually separate a little bit from the eggshell and makes them much easier to peel. So once our arepas are a nice golden brown, we hit them with a little salt to finish. And we also have our jammy eggs here. Now you have a couple options as to how to serve and plate your arepas. Traditionally, they're split open and stuffed, which is a really delicious way to serve them. We're gonna do more of a tostada style today, which means we're just gonna pile everything on top so we can bite into it and get a little bit of everything in each bite, and it's gonna look really, really beautiful on the plate. So there we have it. Our arepas with jammy eggs and romesco. They look golden, they look crispy. We have so many beautiful colors going on, which, as I've talked about before, we like to think of our sauce as a paint that adds vibrancy and flavor to your dishes. And in the same vein, we're using beautiful, colorful garnishes to really make everything pop and look as inviting and delicious as it tastes. So we've got crispy arepas, our romesco sauce is the base, and that acts as sort of the glue so that all your toppings stay put instead of sliding around on top of the arepa. So we've got our sauce as the glue, then we've got some creamy avocado, our jammy eggs. We used a condiment that we also use for tacos, which has lime juice, red onion, cilantro, and some salt. And then we just finished that with a little bit of cotija cheese and some chili flakes. If you enjoyed this recipe, make sure to like this video and subscribe to see all of our future recipes. For the full recipe and a textable shopping list, click the link below. Thanks for watching. Cook happy. We did it, eat some arepas.